Mainland Regional Golfer Tj Aldridge. Talk a little high school golf. Morning, TJ.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Nothing.
You playing a few rounds today, or what? It's a nice day out there.
Yeah, I was trying to get out this afternoon. I'm actually volunteering for a Key Club event this morning until about 12, but hopefully if the weather holds up till the afternoon, I'll get out there for a bit.
Nice. So tell us about this Mainland team. You guys are off to a pretty good start, 4-0 so far, one of the top teams in South Jersey Group 3. How's the season been going so far? Up to expectations?
Yeah, you can't really complain when you're winning all your matches. All the guys are having fun. It's real competitive even within the team. I mean, the top 4 or 5 guys have changed within the past week. I've gone from the number 1 spot to the number 4 spot to the number 3 spot all within 3 days.
Gotta hit your putts, man.
Oh, yeah. It's not only competing against the other team, but you're also competing against your teammates and your friends, and it keeps things very interesting, that's for sure.
Well, what's dropped you to from 1 to 4? You missing some putts there, or what's going on?
It depends on the day, depends on the course. I can't really say it's one thing or another, but, I mean, my short game could always use some work. I've always been told that, so...
I'm the exact opposite. I'm terrible off the tee. You get me within 100 yards, I'm all right, but off the tee, I'm brutal.
Oh man, well that's easy to fix. The short game's a little more challenging.
True. What's the early part of the season been like? I know it's always tough weather here in early April in New Jersey, and can be challenging with the cold and the wind. And how do you handle these courses when you're going up against some tough weather?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not something that you see on the PGA Tour very often. I mean, at Linwood, you're looking at a quiet day of wind is at least 10 miles an hour. Along the bay for the last 4 stretches of, like, the last 4 holes, you're looking at either clubbing up 2 clubs or you're clubbing down 2 clubs. You're always trying to see if the wind's a crosswind. You're trying to see how many extra yards you should add on, if the putts are going to roll different because of the wind. I mean, everything, your mental game just changes on every single hole, over every single shot. You have to think about what's going on and stay focused throughout the entire round. And it's something that takes a while to learn, and it's something that if you get used to on your home course, which for me is Linwood, and if I'm used to the wind and how to play it, it's a very big advantage over some of the players and teams who are not used to the conditions like that.
Have you recruited a freshman to caddy for you?
Not yet. No, I don't know how that would work out with the coach or the
Oh man, have you ever been a caddy yourself?
I do. I actually caddy at Hidden Creek in EHC, which for those of you following the news, that just caught on fire at the clubhouse. So hopefully that gets back up and running by the end of May when I head back out there. But I mean, caddying is like probably the dream job for me right now, because I can't really complain about being on the golf course for 4 hours in the morning and then going out in the afternoon and playing myself. It doesn't really get much better than that in the summer.
Better golf movie, Caddyshack or Tin Cup?
I'm gonna have to go with Caddyshack on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if really anything compares to that.
What was your reaction last weekend to the Masters? Obviously, quite a collapse there by Jordan Spieth, one of the best young players in golf. And what's going through your mind when you see something like that? I'm sure you can relate to the pressure of that situation.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's always sad to see someone with that big of a lead blow up like that. But I mean, congratulations to Danny Willett on his victory. It's not like he was handed it to him. He shot, I think it was 5 under in the final round. I mean, to go out on a Sunday in the Masters and shoot 5 under is not an easy feat. It's always sad to see Jordan Spieth, who's my favorite, lose like that. But I mean, it happens to everyone. It's just a part of the game, and that's what makes golf so interesting. Is one day you can be the best in the world, and the next you're making mistakes like the average golfer in South Jersey or New Jersey or any other state in the country.
Would you be willing to give up your phone and all social media for 1 month to play around at Augusta?
I think I would. I don't think you can pass up the opportunity to play at Augusta National.
Yeah, what's the best course you've ever played on?
Well, for high school, I would say Galloway National. We have a tournament there every year. That's one of the top courses in this area. We also play Seaview, the Bay, and the Pines that's Absegami's home course. So, I mean, you're going out and you're traveling to courses that are just like incredible courses all over this area. It's a lot of fun. Can't really complain about it.
For some of our golf fans out there who've played some of these courses, particularly Linwood, what's the one hole that really gives you trouble? And have you figured out how to approach that hole yet?
Yeah, there's at Linwood on the front nine. That's what we play for high school. There's two holes 7 and 8. That if you have never played Linwood before, if it's your first time getting up on the tee box on those two holes, they're probably two of the most intimidating holes I've played. It's on 7, you're down the entire right side of the fairway. You have about 10 yards of rough, and then it's all marsh, and the wind is always swirling. So getting up on the tee box, you have to not only clear the marsh, but you have to hit the drive exactly where you want. And then even if you get the drive in the fairway, it's another, say, 160, 170 yards to the pin with a river that runs about 20 yards in front of the green. So you're standing over your ball trying to figure out how the wind's helping or hurting. You're trying to stick a 6-iron onto a green that's right next to the marsh, surrounded by waters and bunkers. It's not an easy shot. It's a pretty intimidating shot. And then if you move on from that hole to hole 8, you're facing a 215-yard par 3, sometimes into the wind, which plays sometimes as much as I've hit driver off the tee on a par 3, with water for about 100 yards in front of the tee box, and then there's sand lining the front of the bunker. It's an elevated green, and you're trying to stick a 4-iron or maybe a 5-wood on a green and try and either get up and down or 2-putt for par. It's a pretty tough stretch of holes to finish out the round, especially if it's not your best round and you're getting frustrated. It's not the hole to really let your head overcome your ability.
We're talking with Tj Aldridge, Mainland Regional golfer. TJ, what's it like in the Aldridge household these days? Obviously, you have a pretty well-known sister, Alyssa, one of the top cross-country runners in the area. What's it like trying to compete with her for some attention in the household?
I wouldn't really necessarily say compete. I mean, we're each other's biggest fans. I'm always at her races. She's always at my golf matches if she can. She's always at my swim meets when she can make it. So I wouldn't necessarily say compete. We're each other's biggest fans. We're always there supporting, and we know that she's gonna go out and win races, and I'm gonna go out and do my best on the golf course. And no matter what, we'll come back and still be happy about our performance.
How impressed are you with her performance in her high school career? You know, she's only about halfway through her high school career, but she's really done some amazing things in cross country and track.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's hard to realize at first, but when you're going out to California for Foot Locker Nationals and you're seeing 40 of the top girls, 40 of the top boys in the nation running out there, and you realize that your sister from Linwood, New Jersey, in the southern part of the state is running against people from all over the country, you don't really realize how great of a feat it is until you get out there and actually see the magnitude of what's going on.
What are you hoping for, as the season progresses here in the high school golf season? How competitive do you think this Mainland team can be in the team playoffs and also individually? When you get that meet of champions going, how tough is that to compete? You're going up against the best golfers in the state.
Yeah, it's always hard. It's going to just depend on the day, how everyone's feeling. Everyone in the top 5, like me, Ryan Hodgson, Taylor Dirks, Josh Cratchman, Camille O'Halloran, she's a freshman. We all can go low with our scores. It's just a matter of putting it all together on the same day. But I feel if we can all go low and play well, I feel like it's going to be real interesting when it comes to the playoffs, and even against local teams like the Prep. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a showdown, that's for sure.
Good stuff. We're up against the break, TJ, but thanks for taking a few minutes to talk some golf with us this morning. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you for having me.
All right, have a good weekend, bud.
Thank you, too.
All right, that was TJ Aldridge from the Mainland Golf Team. They're off to a 4-0 start, one of the top teams in South Jersey, so we'll keep tabs on those guys the rest of the season.